calling Stephen Mainprize.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to present Steven Mainprize.
Well, say something then, because I can't hear you now. No, I can't hear you. Can't hear you. Can't hear you. Can't hear you.
221212.
I can hear you now.
Testing 1212. Testing 1212.
I can hear you.
Okay, we're recording. That's the voice of my dad's fiancée, Irene, who was acting as my phonic guinea pig. Phonic guinea pig, I think that was one of John Peel's favourite bands, actually. Oh, it's BBC Radio 1, John Peel, and right now a session from Phonic Guinea Pig. But what I mean by phonic guinea pig is basically that Irene was helping me make sure that the microphone was coming through the phone line. And after a bit of knob twiddling, oh, surely not when your dad's fiancé's on the phone, David, and a bit of button pressing, I managed to get the microphone sending to the phone, which meant we were all primed and ready to make a very special phone call. The voice that you heard before Irene's was the voice of, well, we're not sure, but it may be the voice of Stephen Mainprize. You heard the name Stephen Mainprize mentioned there.
Taking part in this play is Steven Mainprize, David Cooper, Janet Ness, Dawn Roper and Lindsay Watson.
That's a recording we believe made in 1971. It comes from an old reel-to-reel tape recording that we have happened upon because my housemate Ben went to a car boot sale in 2008, bought a reel-to-reel player, and this tape came with it. I know it's taken us 8 years to finally get around to this, but I'm now doing some detective work. We're trying to find out who's involved in the recording, and we're trying to track down the family. And yesterday, I realised that we've been missing a golden clue. We've got a first and a second name. In fact, we've got more than one first and second name. We've got two boys, Steven Mainprize and David Cooper. And I thought that as Steven Mainprize was mentioned at the top of this recording, maybe it's Steven Mainprize who's doing the recording. He's practicing a class play. It's Steven Mainprize introducing himself and his friends. We don't have anything else to go on. So yesterday's dollop was called In Search of Steven Mainprize, and it involved me Googling Steven Mainprize, and the first result that came up, Steven Mainprize Upholstery, been going for over 35 years, based in Scarborough, the exact place where the car boot sale was that Ben went to and bought the reel-to-reel player. It's time to make a phone call. I'm going to call Steven Mainprize Upholstery in Scarborough and find out whether it is the Steven Mainprize involved in the recording. Okay, I'm very nervous about this. It could bring us to the person, but also it's a bit weird. I'm ringing someone up and trying to explain the situation without them putting down the phone. I need to get to the point quickly. I don't know whether to explain the situation first or just go for the trace and ask him how old he is. If I ask him how old he is, then at least we'll know whether it's him we're calling Steven Mainprize.
Hello, this is Steven Mainprize Upholsterers, Furniture and Sales. I'm sorry not in at the moment, but if you'd like to leave your name and telephone number...
That's not what we wanted. Damn. I wonder if it's him. Damn. It's a bit of an anticlimax now, to be honest. Thanks for listening. Goodbye. Oh, I was hoping that today's dollop would be a case of finding him, or at least finding out it's not him. Of course, it's not over yet, but a little bit disappointing in terms of this dollop. I'm going to give him a call in a couple of minutes. Before that, let me explain something else. I was chatting to my friend Ruth, and she said, oh yes, the same one from the Cat Cafe, and the purring cats, of course. Always good to have these little characters that keep popping in from time to time. I mean, Ben, for a while, had a non-speaking role, but he was upgraded yesterday. Maybe one day Ruth will be upgraded, but I don't think she's earned a right yet. It took us a few dollops before Michael and Sean were even given speaking parts. Anyway, we found another Steven Mainprize. A Steven Mainprize in Filey, 5 or 10 minutes drive from Scarborough, and he seemed to have lived in Filey all his life, and it was about the right time as well. He went to secondary school in 1975, which meant if this recording was taken from 1971, then that's about right. I looked down his friends list and I found David Mainprize. We think David was the name of his brother. I mean, this is all conjecture. I might be wrong, but the fact that we found a David Mainprize, I mean, we're talking about a different character. We're talking about a different person to the one that I'm trying to get a hold of now. So it may well be that this upholsterer's got nothing to do with it. It may be that the Filey person's got nothing to do with it. So I clicked on David Mainprize, but unfortunately his privacy settings were too closed and I couldn't find his age. But fortunately, Ruth could see a photo of him. And I thought, well, if she sees a photo and it turns out he's in his 20s or something, it's not him. But apparently, he looks like he's in his 40s. She said, yeah, maybe mid to late 40s. That'll be about right. Because we're looking for someone who was probably born in 1970. So that'll be about right, 46 years ago. So I am going to contact Steven Mainprize and David Mainprize. Not the upholsterer Stephen Mainprize, but the finally Stephen Mainprize and his brother, David Mainprize. Assuming that they are brothers. Okay, I'm going to give Stephen Mainprize a call again, our upholsterer friend.
Steven Mainprize Upholstery.
Hello, is that Stephen?
Speaking.
Excellent. Now, this is a little bit of an odd phone call, probably for you, Stephen. But in 2008, a friend of mine went to a car boot sale and bought a reel-to-reel tape recorder, and we're wondering if you might be one of the voices on the reel-to-reel tape. Is there a chance that before we go any further, is there a chance that might be the case?
If you tell me what it said, I might say yeah.
Well,
you never know.
Well, you introduced yourself as Stephen Mainprize, I think. So that's one of the things the reason we've kind of come into contact. I think it was a bit of a coincidence that the car boot sale was in Filey, or in Scarborough. And as soon as I typed Stephen Mainprize in, the first result that came up was Scarborough. So we thought that was a little bit of a coincidence. Do you mind asking, because we've been doing a little bit of detective work, do you mind asking how old you are, Stephen?
56.
56. So that might be about right, because I think the tape recording is from the 1970s, from the early 1970s, like maybe 1970. Right.
We used to have a reel one, and we used to record Top of Pops and all that.
Well, it's got Top of the Pops on it. So that's the first. Brother. Yeah, it's got top. Have you got a brother called David?
No, I've got a brother called Kevin and one called John.
Right, so they're not mentioned, because there is. Because this is a weird thing. Obviously, again, I appreciate it's a very weird call, but there's someone called Ken.
No,
there's someone called Ken. There's an Uncle Les, and there's a crazy Italian fella called Joe. But that doesn't. No. That's not. It's probably not.
Definitely not us.
It's probably not you then. Never mind. We have got another lead on someone from Filey, so I'm about to face.
There is one at Filey, yeah.
Oh, you know?
I mean, it's like hell. Yeah.
Do all the Stephen Mainprizes have a club or something? How do you know?
But you just get to hear, because it's such a. What it is the Mainprize is very local to Scarborough, Filey, Flamborough.
Right. Okay.
Obviously, this area, Scarborough area, because they used to be old fishing family.
Yeah,
basically. Yeah. And obviously, a lot of us ain't gone very far. So,
well, that's quite useful.
If you find another one with the same name, someone will tell you, oh, there's another Steve Mainprize lives down there, and you think, oh, that's unusual.
Yeah,
apparently there's another one on my street that I live on.
Oh, right, okay.
Where he comes from, because I haven't met him yet. So,
oh, right.
So, yeah, we're getting more popular. Well, the more that it gets of us, the more of chance that we're going to have the same name at some point. So,
yeah.
I went through all my childhood until I was about 30, till I found someone with the same name. Yeah, it is quite rare in the sense.
Yeah.
If you ring down London, they go, what? So...
well, that's the thing, because I've never heard it, and so when I heard the name, I thought, well, I think it's Stephen Mainprize, because it was one of the reason I got it was because there's a part of the tape where it cuts off, and then there's a child who sounds maybe like 7 or 8, 9 or 10. I think this is 1970, and he's introducing a class play, and he introduces the people in his class. I mean, it may well be that you were one of the people, because your name or the name Stephen Mainprize was right at the top, but there was another name called David Cooper. Does that name ring any bells? So it was because it's about a class. So we're talking about a class probably in primary school, maybe. David Cooper, there was a Lindsay Watson and a Dawn Roper. Any of that ring any bells?
Yeah, all of them.
Really?
All of them, yeah. So if it's a class recording, Dawn Roper, Lindsay Watson, they were all in the same year as me. Just hold on a minute.
Oh, my goodness.
Rich. Well, they were in our year. Dawn Roper. Do you remember Dawn? Lindsay Watson. That was a boy, wasn't it, Lindsay Watson? Yeah.
Really?
But the lad who works for me used to go to primary school with me.
Right.
So, yeah, they were all in the same year as me.
Right, that is crazy. So, because I just assumed, because he put his name at the top, I just assumed that would be him.
Overdale School.
It was a what? An all-male school?
Overdale School.
Overdale.
Eastfield, yeah, Overdale, Overdale County Primary School it was.
All right, okay. So it may be that the tape recording belongs to David Cooper then, maybe?
It could be, just hold on. Did we have a David Cooper, Rich, in our school? Yeah. Oh, yeah, he said yeah.
I'm so glad I asked that, because I could have just gone for David Mainprize and gone, oh, well, never mind.
He was at school with him at Pindar. He died, apparently. So
oh, right, okay. So it puts an interesting complexion on things, yeah.
So, yeah, David Cooper. Was he at Overdale, Rich, yeah? Yeah, he was at Overdale, so they've been in the same year as
all right, when did he die, if you don't mind me asking? I know it's very...
Any idea? Quite a few years ago.
Oh, right. Okay, Stephen. Well, what I might do is because we've been blogging about this. So if you don't mind, I'll put this on as well. But we've been blogging about this. I'll send you as your email address on the on your website.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you what I'll do. I mean, you may want nothing to do with it. It's fine. But I'll send you the bit of the recording. So if you are curious, you can listen. And if you think of anything else, then obviously you can get in touch. But
and all them people's names, we were all kids. Basically, let me see, what will I be? 10-year-old in 1970.
Wow.
And I mean, teachers used to, one of the teachers used to have a reel and used to play music. Well, we had a music teacher, Mr. Hold on. Who was him who used to get a flipper at school? Mr. Elsie.
All right. He wasn't called Ken, was he?
Was he called Ken? No,
it wasn't a class recording as such. It was as if someone was at home practicing their bit for a class play. But he mentioned your name first. So you were obviously the favourite. The play was called A Day at the Railways, I think. Does that ring any bells? Do you remember doing that at school? No, it's not the kind of thing.
We all went to I don't know if it was ITV or BBC Studios once upon a time to sing some sort of song. It was supposed to be on telly, but it never was.
All right, okay.
Whether it had anything to do with that, like a rehearsal or...
Yeah. I really don't know. I mean, obviously, this is the weird thing about doing it, because I mean, it was 2008 when we got the real recording, and it's only now that, for whatever reason, I've chosen to actually do a little bit of digging.
Yeah, well, obviously, like that, like they say, they were over there. Like they say, over there. I don't think over there will keep any records now, but sort of. I don't know if I've got a class photo. I've got a photo. I know I've definitely got a photo of a football team, which was all out of that year. Do you know?
Yeah.
All sorts of names there.
Yeah.
But there weren't very big classes anyway. I think there was only about 28 of us.
Yeah.
In that year, so but all of them were local to Eastfield. All the kids in that, what will be on that tape of our year would be that. So I mean, if there is any more names on it, then obviously they were obviously in that class probably.
Oh well, that's brilliant. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'll email you anyway, and if you want to have a listen, you're quite welcome to, obviously.
Oh well, I'll have a listen without a doubt. You know what I mean? Anything like that.
Yeah, it's just fascinating. I mean, it must be fascinating for you to hear it, but it's fascinating for me. Obviously, never heard anything like this before, and then you suddenly hear these voices from the past, and you just think,
if you hear them, you're going to recognise them, aren't you? Do you know what I mean, how far do you want to go with it? It's like, because obviously it's like, I mean, we still keep in touch with some of these people.
Yeah.
They won't take much to find.
Because, I mean,
local to Scarborough.
The children aren't really involved in it. It's mainly the adults. But there's, as I say, one of my favourite characters is this crazy. I think he's Italian. He certainly puts on an Italian accent. A crazy sort of, and it's a New Year's Eve party, and he's called Joe. He's a very flamboyant, and he's absolutely hilarious sort of character. So you really get into the characters as well, just sort of listening as a person who doesn't actually know any of these people. Well, I'm going to email you this thing over, and brilliant.
Your phone number or something, and then obviously
I'll put my phone number in. Yeah, I'll put my phone number in the email, and then we'll keep in touch. That's brilliant, Stephen. It's gone a lot better than I thought. I thought you just put the phone down when I asked how old you were.
Well, as soon as you mentioned them other names, I thought, well, yeah, they were in my class at school.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, well, I'm going to email you now. So great to speak to you, my friend.
And you, thank you very much.
All right, speak to you soon.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Wow. Oh my God.
Taking part in this, Stephen Mainprize, 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 Stephen Mainprize,